Hi everybody, this is Nthabiseng Kekana. So during the quarantine, my children and I decided to record ourselves. We always have these moments every day where we come together before our prayer and just discuss our day and just discuss what every one of us has thoughts and ideas, and we just pump each other up to just keep each other in a good mood so that we are able to continue to be productive and not halted as a result of being in quarantine. But so we decided to start recording ourselves, and so this is how the podcast was born. All right. So this is our first episode that we really do hope that you will enjoy, where we are discussing this day particularly. We are talking about judgment and inability to start a project or inability to continue to do something as a result of not believing in yourself, because we judge ourselves first and then other people judge us. So many of us have potential to be doing something, to be becoming more than what we are right now, but we are not able to do that because of fear of judgment that other people are placing on us, and also the heavy weight of judgment that we place on ourselves. If you know someone who has a good idea but is not able to start on it or is not able to pursue a dream because of fear, I want you to hold on. I want you to stay put, because we are going to be talking to you today. I just hope that you will enjoy today's episode, and I hope that you will let us know your thoughts and feedback, because we really do love to hear your thoughts.
Rise up and seize your moment. Grab it and strangle it with good intentions and don't let it go. Stop wishing and hoping for things to change, but make it happen. Get angry. Get so angry at your situation. Be desperate. Fight to get out. Cry, shout, scream, yell, I don't care. But decide to get up, to rise up and to move on. You have a life. Live it on your own terms.
Purpose is where you know you should be, like your potential. And God is asking the same question. He's saying, Adam, where are you?
Yeah.
You know where you should be.
But you're not there.
But you are not there.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes we are scared to ask that question, to sit down and actually ask,
Where
am I supposed to be?
Can I make an example of when somebody says to you, when you said last time, when you said, so what do you need, which is different, because Rhoda and Rhemie knows exactly what I need, and Rhoda and Thato will know what I need. So when you ask, so what do you need? I didn't know. You see, you need to know where you are.
We know what you need when?
Whenever I have a need of something, automatically the girls know. So you had to ask. So what do you need, Mama? Many of us fail because we don't know where we are. You will be answering generally like, oh, I need money. What for? I'm in debt. Why? You understand? How did you get in debt? As long as you can't answer all of those things, and genuinely, seriously, go alone, say, I really got in debt because I was trying to get loans to impress people that I don't like, who don't like me, you will be able to come out. And you cannot come out the same way you got in to impress the same people that I'm debt free. You will get back in it. You see? Yeah. In the same way how you get a partner, it's not to impress somebody else. How you leave your partner who you feel is not working, it's not to impress somebody else. You see? But where you are is very, very important. God
but also
said,
where you are supposed to be. That's what we are scared to ask.
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to be? We don't ask those questions because we are in hiding. Like Adam and Eve, we hide because we know our flaws and our insecurities. So we think we are not supposed to walk with God. Meanwhile, He's waiting to walk with us. So you're supposed to ask, what do you see in your future? Where are you in your future?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to be? Where are you supposed to live? What are you supposed to drive?
That's your potential
That's your
now.
potential.
Yes.
Where are you in the future? And then, where are you now?
Yes.
And so how do you get from where you are
To where you're supposed to be.
But
Yeah.
we don't know where we are supposed to be.
That's why we can't get there.
We don't like to think about where we are supposed to be. We get scared. We think, with my imperfections, with my
Because
bad
people
English.
are very, very judgmental. So
And we judge ourselves.
First. So for instance, when Abraham came to God and says, Abraham, look from the place where you are. Right? Look from the place where you are. Right? Walk the place from the breadth of it, the length of it, and check it out. And then he said, he was supposed to be going where he didn't know, but God was taking him somewhere, and he went. You see, can you imagine if everybody was asking, where are you going? Sarah was asking, where are you going, Abraham? It's embarrassing to be having to say to your wife, I'm really not sure, I'm just going.
And he went like this in a zigzag.
Looking for a place who's making.
No, like when you look on the map and then you trace where he left, when he left Babylon and he went like this, he's traveling like this.
Imagine being
And then
the
he
wife.
finally gets to the place and God says to him, this is the land.
Yeah.
Then after that he leaves and he goes to Egypt.
Egypt.
And they almost take his wife. And then after
He's
that he
too
goes
scared.
back to the promised land afterwards. So he's traveling like
And
this,
zigzag.
and that's how sometimes we have purpose.
Yeah.
But to get there,
Yeah.
you
Have
go
to go
this way and you go that way, and
around.
but that is better than not moving
at all.
It's
At
better
all.
to get there having taken the long route around than to have stayed in the same place.
Oh my
For a long
goodness.
time, as long as you are moving, and getting
you will
confused
get
and
there.
trying this, and you realize, oh no, it's not here. And then
Yeah.
you go and you realize it's not
Yeah.
here. But at least you are not there
Yeah,
where you were.
were.
At least you're still moving, unlike
Yeah.
Abraham's father, who just stood there
Got
and stagnant,
stuck.
and then he died in that
Yeah.
same place.
You see.
Then the next thing, somebody's taking over from you. Because you're
Remember,
not
we were
moving.
talking about this during the day about how Moses was stuck, scared of Pharaoh coming. And there he was telling the people, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. And so every time a person says that, they are afraid. So they're trying to encourage you to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. But in
It's
the
the
very
only
next
part
verse,
when you walk.
God says, what are you crying to me for? Tell the people to keep moving. It's about movement. Tell the people to keep moving. You know what you're supposed to be moving, Moses. You have your staff in your hand. Lift up your staff. I have already prepared a way here in the sea, so it can part and people can move. He was the afraid one. Yeah, nothing happens when you are stuck. You see, so it's got to keep moving. Whew, sure, this was amazing.
And the same reason when you are bringing up that Moses example, the same reason why we are scared of Pharaoh is because Pharaoh is judgment. It's the very same thing and we're judging ourselves and our failures and our imperfections. Moses is scared to face Pharaoh because Pharaoh is the judge. He knows him and he failed and he killed a man. So he's scared of his destiny because he's judging himself and his past. The same way Adam and Eve are scared to face God because they're judging themselves and
Thato
their
has been
past.
standing on the way. I do not consider myself to have apprehended the whole day. She's been saying, there's one thing I do, forgetting the past. I move towards the mark of the high court. The whole day she's really, really trying to move forward.
And not judge yourself on the past.
Because the past really can hold you back. Can really, really hold you back. Before people judge us, we really are our biggest judges.
So speaking about mom saying people get stuck at the what happened. Looking back and trying to figure out what happened. And mom says she doesn't focus on the what happened. She just focuses on the it happened.
You face.
But then we also, as much as we judge our past self, we feel judged by our future self.
Because we don't think we're worthy.
Yes, we don't think we are worthy. Your future self wants this and has this and whatever, and then you look at that and you think, I can never be you, I can never be that, and then you start to look down on yourself because your future self is judging you and thinking, I just look at you, can't even wake up early.
Because then my turntable is there for the world to see.
So then we get scared to make plans because your future self judges you and thinks, oh, you want to do what? But then you look at you now, you can't do this.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. So, my goodness. The Pareto, it's called
Principle.
what? Pareto Principle.
Or Matthew's Law.
Matthew's
Because
Law.
it's from Matthew. Jesus
Matthew
said
who?
it. Matthew from the Bible.
Really?
Matthew's Law, yeah. So Matthew's Law, the way Jesus says it, is to those who have, even more will be given. To those who don't have, even more will be taken away.
Okay.
So Pareto has it in the 80-20 rule. He calls it the 80-20 rule. That 80% of results are made by 20% of the people. Yeah?
Break that down.
80%. So for instance, a shop, let's take McDonald's for instance. 80% of the McDonald's profit comes from 20% of their products. Probably Big Macs.
Big Macs, yes, yeah.
Or
KFC, Streetwise 2.
Streetwise too, yeah. So you might have a lot of things that you are selling, but only 20% of them will give you 80% of your profit. Of your profit, yeah. Same with the people who come to your shop, your clients or your customers. You might have a lot of them, but only 20% are devoted, recurring, oncoming clients.
They keep
only 20%. Those loyal people who keep coming back. Same with, say, music. Only 20% of the classical music composers make 80% of the classical music that we have. Bach, Tchaikovsky, Mozart, and Beethoven. But we still have a lot of classical music composers now. But 80% of the music, exactly, 80% of the
because
music
they are doing
is made by the
Bach
20%. The same with pop music. We have a lot of pop music sensationalists and singers and R&B and whatever, but only 20% of the music is made. Only 80% of the music we listen to and play on the radio is made by 20%. Your Beyonce's and Rihanna's and whatever else. The same with anything, any sort of field. 80% of the work is done by 20% of the people.
Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. But it
80%
also
of the work where?
At any company.
At any company, right? So now think about it this way. Right? And I'm going to align it with what Thato was saying just now. So now you have a company and your company has got 10 people. You will find that 2 of those people, 2 or 3 at most, are the most productive people in that company. At most. You have a company of 10 people, 2 to 3 of them are the most productive people in the company.
Let's bring it.
Once your company becomes 100 people, only 20 of the 100 are productive. When you have a company of 1,000 people, only 20%. About 200 are the most productive.
So you have 800 surplus.
This is why when many companies start to get too big, they start to fail. Because you've got only 20% that are really productive, and you've got a lot of other people who are non-productive. If something should happen that the 20% decide to leave, or the 20% get sick, or something happens, the entire company falls apart. Because who's in that 80%? You probably have cleaners and security guards, and you have many of them. You have more of those non-essential personnel.
And what they're doing is good.
It's good, but
you can do without them. But you can do without them.
It's not the core of the business. And it's harder to see in a bigger business. When you have a business of 10 people, it's the same as when you see this anytime when you're in a circle of small people. Let's say you go to youth or you go to a home cell, there's constantly going to be those same two people who are always talking. When you do group work, there's going to be those two people who are pulling their weight more than the other people. There's those two people who are really the most essential people. Now, going back to what Thato was saying about...
Can I make an example before I forget? I was thinking, as you're talking, I'm thinking Jesus had 12 friends, disciples, but there were only 3 who were relevant.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Going to Thato's example about cutting down and cutting down and cutting down.
Yeah.
Jesus was followed by millions.
Yes.
But then he had his 12 that he was close to.
Yeah.
But his 3 of the 12
were the go-to.
that were his go-to people.
Yeah.
So in terms of cutting down,
and so the day he needed them the most, and they slept. It's when your 20% is sick and your 20% is not able to come to work.
The whole thing falls apart because now your 20% is not there and the company fails. So it's important to identify who your 20% is, who your 3 friends are. Because going back to Pareto's principle, 80% of your results come from those 20%. So 80% of what you know comes from those 20%. It's like, you know, when you were in school, I don't know if your maths teachers ever used to tell you this, but then when we were in high school, our maths teachers, and we never listened, they used to tell us that as long as you know graphs, you'll pass the exam.
Really?
They would tell you there's that one thing that if you can know this, you can know this and get this right. I'm sure even if you think now in law, there's that one thing that counts the biggest marks. If you can just know this one thing.
What's that?
In civil, I was just telling you, it's drafting.
Oh, in drafting, in civil law.
If you know drafting, you already know almost 80%.
So in law, in general, what you are doing?
I'm doing many different laws, and many different laws want many different things.
Oh, okay.
Think about a car. Driving
but
a car.
Cases, I think, if you know your cases, because if you answer a question, you can never get full marks if you can't substantiate with a case. Like
really?
This. So that's how you answer every question.
I thought you needed to know bills and charters and section this, subsection that.
Your answer has to be made up of obviously your brain work and your own, common sense, seeing if you are intelligent enough to think. Acts also to substantiate. And then case law.
Oh, wow.
That's a full mark question.
Wow.
So if you don't have the act, you don't know the act, you already know you're not getting a full mark. You also don't know the case for the answer. You're going to get 30% for the question. That time your answer is a page long.
Wow.
But if there's no act, there's no case. So it's nice to start studying cases first. And they're always the most
hectic ones to study.
Like the most content. A case can be anything between 3 pages or 65 pages.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And a module can have 20. I remember D-Lit lawyers have like in the 60s cases in this amount, like 60 something cases to study.
Oh wow.
Then there's still the textbook waiting for you.
Sure.
Acts.
So now let's make it practical.
Yeah.
Now you go back to Matthew's law. To those who have, even more will be given
to them. Yes.
The reason why these 20% are very successful is because they were successful once and then they continue to become successful again. So think about, say, a movie star. If you are more inclined to watch a movie with an actor that you know.
Yes. Or
because you know this actor,
yes,
and they were
good in another
movie.
Yes.
Likewise, the producers are more likely to hire that actor because they were good in that movie and they know people would watch another movie with this person. So because they did well, they continue to get more gigs and more jobs. To those who have, even more will be given to them. And then those upcoming actors will struggle in light of this actor who's already done a lot and is now well known. Think about a big company. Let's say Apple, for instance. Think about what an Apple company might look like. There's the people who sell the things. There's the people who test. There's the cleaners. There's the security guards at the gate. There's the secretaries. There's so many people. But if the company were to fire any of those non-essential personnel, it would still continue to go. Who are the important people? The 20% who are essential to the company, the designers and the engineers, the people who actually make the phone work, who actually make the computer work. So those ones are important because it's nice to work in a clean environment. It's good to be protected, and it's good to have people who are actually going to sell the thing that you are making. So likewise, your friends might be there and they are good to have, but there's that 20% who are the most essential. And because they are very productive and essential, they're going to continue to be productive and essential. Because to those who have, even more will be given to them.
Okay. Did you get the friends part of it? Can we make an example of it in something else of life? We did it with the business, with McDonald's and with KFC. How else, say in a family setup, how can this 80-20 benefit us? We know the Tyler Perry idea of it, which is wonderful. That you could be leaving your partner who lacks 20% of what you need, going to somebody who is offering 80%, but the 80% maybe
makes up only 20% of the relationship. So here's one example. In say a family setting.
Put kids in it.
Okay. Family setting, there's 20% of the family that pull their weight in that pull most of the weight in the family. If that 20%, most of the time it's one person in the family, is not there, the whole thing falls apart. The rock of the family. The whole thing falls apart. There's other people in the family who are there. They are non-essential personnel, if you like. They are helpful in some sense. Maybe they do this, they sleep that, or they clean this, or whatever. But if they were to leave and say go for a sleepover,
nobody will miss
it won't
them.
fall apart. But then there's that one person or those two people who are the rock. They pull 80% of the family. You see, is that a good example? A car, for instance. There's many parts to a car, but there's that 20%.
There are no wheels, they are not going anywhere.
If there's no wheels, they're not going anywhere. If there's no steering wheel, if there's no petrol. But then there's a lot of other things that you can almost do without. Lots of parts that you don't even know what those things are. A fridge, for instance. If you don't have electricity and gas, it won't work. But there's a lot of other parts to it that we are not really quite thinking about.
Sure.
You see?
We've come to the end of our next session of our family gatherings and get together where we meet and just discuss our day and just pick each other up and encourage each other up during quarantine just to keep ourselves sane. I hope you enjoy being part of our family. We love you, and we will we hope you join us again next time for another podcast of Nthabiseng Kekana family with my children, my son, my daughter, and my daughter-in-law Karabo. My granddaughter Karabo. We are signing up. Good night, everybody, on our quarantine. Enjoy your families. Love each other. Don't fight. Don't leave each other just because you are happy. Happiness is not a sign that your relationship is not working. Work on it. Focus on what's working, as we have been discussing. We hope you are getting something out of this. Do let us know what your thoughts are. And if you would like us to talk about any topic, we are loaded. My son has got a big head. He's got lots of stuff in his head. So we thank God for you guys, and good night. We love you.